I've just learned about stickers. Sorry, I just ate spicy food. My mouth is still really spicy. Hey everyone, welcome. Today I've got some cool things to talk to you about or show you. One, I don't know. So the AI. So I don't know how to explain this. The AI on YouTube thinks that I'm spreading fake news about climate change. So let me show you this. It thinks that I'm spreading fake news about climate change and that I'm saying that climate change isn't real because it has this warning on my video about climate change from the UN. Apparently, this happens more often than I think on my videos. So a lot of this happens. Why am I seeing this? It's because there's topical context. So the AI has determined, and because I was speaking about climate change here, that everything's going downhill. Mind you, this is the video of Kenshi where I put all of you into a small little fighting pit and I made you train by beating up people who had no limbs for about several days before we finally got raided by the police and they shot all of us down. So, this is kind of interesting to sort of see this type of response to what we were doing. But also, look at this. There is something interesting here. There's a copyright here, okay? All this music that you see here, Rooftop Part 2 by Jackie Chan, this isn't by Jackie Chan. This song isn't by Jackie Chan. It's actually an entirely different song, not by anybody named Jackie Chan. It's actually, and I think what happened is whoever Jackie Chan is on Spotify, which by the way, this is this is the account that owns this. Either they uploaded a bunch of stolen songs or it is Jackie Chan. I don't really know, but yeah, these songs aren't from Jackie Chan. And what's crazy is that they're not even from any movie. They're from a video game. These are all video game soundtracks. So I don't know what happened, but I think for some reason Jackie Chan has an impersonator who's stealing video game music, who's pretending to be him, which is kind of funny to think about because it means that the copyright system is broken. So with this, Jackie Chan is going to take down this video at some point. He was great in Mulan Mandarin version. He's also good in any of his hundreds of other movies that you should also watch compared to Mulan. I think compared to Mulan, not that Mulan is bad, but there's better movies than Mulan. Obviously the Viverse video had a ton of copyright claims because of all the different songs that we saw. We had everything down here, and it was pretty bad actually. He sang "I'll Make a Man Out of You" for it. He's a good singer. I know he's a chat. I know he's a good singer, but I feel like Mulan is his weakest role. I feel like Mulan, if I had to say his strongest roles, his action comedy, the most accessible in terms of the easiest to get into. Rush Hour, 100%. And Rush Hour, specifically 1 and 2, it has the kind of accessibility and openness where you're able to get into it, and it has the kind of humor that merges both his style of visual comedy humor with written humor. So, what's that one where he's a dad and a spy? Oh, I think I remember. I know what you're talking about. Isn't that like a cartoon? Jackie Chan Dad Spy. I'm pretty sure that's the one was a cartoon. Wait, okay, I searched up Jackie Chan Dad Spy, and the first thing I see is Jackie Chan's dad was a spy. His father also revealed that he was once a nationalist spy, and his mother was a drug dealer. What? When Jackie Chan, he learned that he had two brothers living in China. His father also once revealed that he was a nationalist spy and gangland boss, while his mother, Li Chan, was an opium dealer and legendary gambler in Shanghai. What? Holy shit! What? Okay, well now we learn more about him. I guess Jesus Christ! Imagine learning that your parents are some of the most wanted criminals in all of China. And then you're Jackie Chan, the movie star. How do you take that? How do you move on from that life? One of your students who really loves movies also specifically mentioned Rush Hour when we talked about Jackie. Yeah, it's probably his most well known, and honestly, it's the most accessible. The Spy Next Door, Around the World in 80 Days. I thought the Around the World in 80 Days, it wasn't the worst thing ever. But it definitely left me wanting more. The Spy Next Door. I can't recall that one. I thought it was based on the cart. I thought you were talking about the cartoon. Oh, this one was awful. This one was actually awful. Well, no, it wasn't bad. Like it's a fun movie to watch. It's a fun movie to watch, but it's not you wouldn't it's like Shrek. Like you wouldn't seek it out. But unlike Shrek, it doesn't have the replayability of Shrek, right? Like it has it's a bit I don't know. It's on the weaker end of the Shrek to the Spy Next Door Jackie Chan fandom, you know? In general, I think his stuff, like most of his American stuff sucks. And then if you keep going backwards into his like original stuff from Hong Kong, I think that's when it gets really good. It's a carbon copy of the hit movie The Pacifier starring Vin Diesel from Guardians of the Galaxy. Is it actually? Wait, I remember watching The Pacifier. I do remember. Yeah. Okay, The Pacifier was good though. I still think The Pacifier is a 10 out of 10 movie, and I know that's weird to say considering that I don't like The Spy Next Door, but I think The Pacifier is a 10 out of 10 movie because there's something funny about Vin Diesel being a Navy SEAL who has to keep the kids alive. There's something funny about that. It's a car. Wait, Have I tried the Jackie game on PS1? What is the Jackie Chan game PS1? I feel like you mentioned this last time. Oh look, there's a long play. You want me to play this? Chat, that's not Jackie. That is not Jackie. It looks what? Oh, that was sauce on his face. I was like, why does his face look so like nasty and crusty? It that doesn't look like him. I don't know if that's Jackie. You know those memes that people do now where they take like someone's face and they put it on top of a drawing, so it's like a really hyper realistic face, but on top of like a really poorly drawn like 2D drawing. This is it. He's got this polygon hair and all. Okay, I will say the hair does fit very very well. Yeah, the hair does fit. Wait, this might be the best game I've ever seen. Okay, we have to play this. We have to play this game. Chinatown, level 1. Oh, Jackie! Wait, it looks kind of cool. This is a long play from the Select Gaming. It actually does look kind of cool. I can kind of see how fun this would be to play because it reminds me a lot of almost the Double Dragon playstyle. By the way, I'm gonna assume that when he eats that rice, that's how he heals. Let's watch him eat the rice. Okay, Jet? Let us watch Jackie Chan eat rice. Because that's how it should be in these games. Why? Why does every game about involving an Asian person have rice or noodles as like the thing that they collect? Like I know it's consistent. It's a consistent trend. And nowadays I see dumplings. Nowadays I see dumplings show up. Remember yesterday how I was talking about how my mod is a hard of hearing, and she thought that someone called her like Ching Chong at her workplace. This is the reason why she thought that is because of this. It's like the same thing. Same reason American ones have hot dog and burger and turkey leg. You know what? That's also true actually. I never realized that. You know? Cuz wait, but then how come Castlevania only has roast beef and like chicken? You know what it is? We moved away from potions too early. I think we should have kept the idea of potions for longer, right? I wish that there were more potions because sure, the food is cool, but if I eat food, I don't necessarily get healed, I just get slower. Realistically, potions are the thing that you would want to heal you, and they're unambiguous. Potions are unambiguously good. They can't be racist. Potions can't be racist, okay? Your favorite health item is glowing green orb. That is also my favorite item. I do like the glowing green orb. I like quite a few health items, actually. I'm a big fan of potions. My wife got me potion bottles from the dollar store, actually. So it was during the Halloween time. But there's a red potion bottle for healing. I have a blue potion bottle for mana, and I was gonna use it last Halloween to do like the demon summoning, but I never got around to it. So health item tier list when Medpack A tier, bandage C tier, miscellaneous needle S tier. I think the needle is like a H tier for it's gonna give you like HIV or AIDS. You know what I mean? Like you really don't want to use random needles on the floor. Hello, Chad. Welcome back. How are you? Actually, how's the winter time? How's the winter time up there? Are you guys like are you done with the parting or is it still snowing up there? But again, thank you for showing up. Again, I need to remind people you do not need to subscribe. Okay, I need to make it very clear here. Okay, please spend the money on yourselves. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you again, and I hope that you're well, and hopefully you're like I don't. Do I call it chores? It's not really chores. It's more like a day. It's like the way that you live. But hopefully you'll get some free time for yourself soon, and hopefully that you get to spend the time doing the things that you want. It's winter spring. What is winter spring? Is that a real term? Because I've only ever seen that term from World of Warcraft. Is that a real term? I've only ever heard that term in World of Warcraft. I didn't know people used it for real. It's winter spring. You had minus 25 yesterday, and today it's minus 12. Okay, good. So it's also getting warmer there. Okay. Are you also sad that it's getting warmer? All of our snow melted, I think, last night. So all of our snow is gone as of last night. I'm very sad because to me, snow is the best time. It's nice and like because snow covers up the boringness of architecture. When you see snow, you're like, ooh, snow. So hopefully you still have snow, but minus 12 and minus 12 is also like a interesting temperature where it's like it's not too cold to do nothing, but it's also still too cold to do quite a few things. But it's good enough that you can kind of go out and you can still be mostly mobile. So it's nice. In Sweden, you have Vintervar, which translates to winter spring. That's sick. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna use this term. I'm gonna use the winter spring. That's a nice term too, because like it is that like transition period in between where it's like you're going over into the new warmer seasons when like and I like this. Well, I don't know if this article is true, but this article that says Swedish word of the day, Varvinter, says it means something about hope. Varvinter is a sign of hope. It might be the time that you change from your warmest winter coat to the second warmest, start shutting your heat down, or begin making plans for midsummer. I do like that. But working with reindeer and in the forest is something that you like to do. Oh, well, hopefully you get to do, like, hopefully you still get to do it afterwards. Actually, how long do you get to do it for? This is the thing that I've always been curious about. Because, like, do you get to do it for, like, a really long period of time? Or do you have to let them rest when it gets warmer? To, like, let them graze on, like, the like, grass and, like, stuff? Or do they even eat grass? I don't know what reindeers eat. And yes, you still have a lot of snow. See, you're living the life. I always talk to my wife and I always say, like, can we move to, like, a winter cabin? But she never wants to. But I think to myself, it must be nice to live in a winter, like, area where you just get to be there. And you get to be there in this, like, not a wasteland, but it does look like a wasteland if you don't like snow. But if you love snow, it's a paradise, right? But from the perspective of someone who doesn't like snow, it looks like a snowy wasteland because it's all blanketed. But that's beauty to me. Carrot? What's a carrot? Your snow is suddenly gone too. It's plus 21 now. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like it feels like it just switched from the minus to the positive. So now even here it's like plus. Well, it's like -4, but it's not really much. A few months a year that then they free roam. Oh, do they know how to come back, or do they free roam within that certain area and then you just find them again? I've always wondered about their behavior. Actually, if you don't know, I'm going to show you something. We do something similar in Canada. Canada Crown grazing lease with cows. So I don't know how to explain this to you, but actually I can just show you the legal document. So in Canada, we have like it's 87% of Canada is just wildland. So what happens is that we just lease out the land for farmers, and what they do, I'm not kidding you, is they just let the cows roam free. So for like 10 years or something, you'll see cows in random places in Canada, where if you go up to the forest and stuff, you just see a random cow walking around like an old logging camp, or you'll see a cow walking around like an old mine or something. And they're there because legally they're allowed to, and they're there to eat grass. What's crazy, it's in bear zone. So it's in the part of Canada that has the most bears that we've had ever. It's like grizzly bears. So And but they don't eat the cows. It's the weird part is that they don't eat the cows, and the cows just walk around grazing grass. And I don't know how it is that the bears don't eat the cows. If I was a bear, I would eat the cow. They free roam in a huge area, and then you collect them and then move to spring or winter. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's also kind of cute in a way. Like I can imagine, like it's almost like a little quest every year. It does sound fun actually. It reminds me a lot of the cows. So here, look. So they can lease crown land to you, and you can go and you can just pay money, and then they graze on the grass. But the thing is that it costs like the rent is monthly, so it's like $2,000 of rent. So every month you pay $2,000, which is enough to get you like a small apartment here, to rent a small apartment, just so your cows can eat. And there's a lot of land, like there's a lot. It's like 87%. So in a way, it's worth it because it's like, would you rather the land go unused and then the cows they have to eat like the same bad grass? No, give them the opportunity to go up there, eat the good grass, and then they'll, and then you go and you collect them, and you turn them into delicious Canadian beef. Same in Sweden, brown bears and cows. Do bears not eat cows? Like what? If I was a bear and I look at a cow, I would be like, wow, that's a nice tasty meal. Why are bears afraid of cows? Why bears don't eat cows? Why don't bears eat calves? Black bears bother cows. If a bear attack cows, what? I need to know more. You posted a video from March 8th. Okay, I'll check that out after. Actually, wait. I'll check that now. Yeah, that's a good winter storm. That's a nice winter storm. That's a nice winter storm. See, we had this for one day in my city. One single day. For those of you who aren't aware of the video, it's because you don't have access. But we had this for one single day, and we never got it ever again. And I'm so sad because it's like, I feel like we missed out on the best parts of the snowy wasteland, right? And it's so sad too because it's like most years it's pretty warm. This year we actually got snow for once. Last year we got no snow. But even this year it was for like a fleeting moment and it stopped. I'm so sad. Maybe it's because they resemble bears. Bear, cow. Let's do a side by side. Let's do a little grizzly bear, and then we'll do a little cow. Nature wants you to find the difference between these two animals. I don't know. I feel like this guy could take this guy. Like I feel like this guy could definitely eat this thing. This thing looks tasty. This thing looks terrifying. I like him. I like him a lot. You have it quite often in real storms. Yeah, you're living the life. Well, I mean, it depends on your perspective, but at least for me, that's my dream is to be stuck with like a winter storm, and you get to just live life during a winter storm. And I love winter storms. For some reason I really enjoy them. Bear looks petable. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. The bears. There's something about the bear, like bears in general. It always surprises me that bears look so happy and so nice and so interesting and so almost like cute when they're so terrifying and dangerous. It's fun when the power goes out for weeks. Okay, well okay, that's where I beg to differ. I would say I like my internet. However, when I will say this is something that is interesting that I do think about, because last time we had a power outage, there was one thing that was nice about it. Everyone was forced to just hang out. Like this is the thing, right? With at least with like power and stuff, everyone kind of hangs out on their own. But when the power goes out, everyone sort of congregates naturally, and then you all hang out and you spend time together. And it's like, oh, it's like nice. And then you also get to see the nighttime stars. Because I remember when I was younger, we had a power outage in the middle of the night, for the entire city during wintertime, and we went up to the rooftop because there was nothing else to like do, and so it was my family and our neighbors and stuff. We were just checking out the stars and just having like a grill, because we had like a gas powered grill, so we would just eat up there, and we would just hang out in the middle of it and just stare at the stars. Like that's the one good thing about power going out, is when you have no distractions, you can just be in the moment. Bears taste good. So I learned this though. I learned that bears have tons of parasites. I've been terrified of eating them, but I really want to try what it tastes like because so far I've eaten some fairly exotic meats. I've gotten things like kangaroo, um, and I really want to try a bear because everyone says that bear tastes good, and I see like in if you play a video game and you kill a bear, it drops meat, right? So I want to see what it tastes like. The problem is that I know it gives you worms, so I'm kind of scared. The light pollution is horrible to these. It's bad. Yeah, yeah. Like even going far out into the wilderness, it's so hard to see anything. It's that's my biggest issue is that not only is the light pollution bad within the city, it spreads so far that you can't even see anything within the vicinity of a city as well. You have to go super far to see anything worth seeing in the nighttime sky. At least with your bare eyes, with like a telescope, you can. But like the joy of it is to sit there and see the stars just shine down on you. Obviously, the lights have like a purpose. Like it is nice to have lights in a city in the sense of like for safety, for comfort, for usability and stuff. But yeah, it can be bad. Like it can be pretty bad. And I notice it more and more every year when I think about doing more, I guess like public outside stuff, because it's like you really it's really a hassle when you want to look at a star, right? When you want to go see something nice and cool and pretty and beautiful, you have to go super, super far just to get anything. Anything at all. Uh, Anyways, thank you for talking, everyone. It's nice to see all of you again. And at the very least, okay, I always say that I don't have time to be your friend and that this is just a show. Obviously, that's not really true because most, if not all of us, have gotten closer here. But still, I want to remind everyone there is a barrier, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm not happy that you're all safe. That's the main thing. It doesn't mean that I'm not happy that you're all safe, so it's good. It's okay. Never had friends. Honestly, me too. It's been weird. Like it's been weird growing up and actually like understanding what friendship means. Like I don't think I ever really understood what having friends means. Like even for the people who call me friends, I'm like, are we really friends? Like I don't really know what that means, right? So it's been weird getting into that mindset and trying to figure that out. But now that I am, it's like it's interesting. Like it does feel nice, right? And it's not to say that and this is something that I've been thinking about, right? Because I was thinking about last time when I reamed all of you for saying, for like trying to get like or like trying to put or like trying to say certain things, and it's like I put the barrier up there as like a baseline, right? Just to make sure that everyone knows, right? But with such a small group like this, I think it's fine to say that there's a possibility of friendship in the sense of like we're so small anyways that we spend most of our time together. It's been like that's basically the way that it goes, right? But it's important to understand that like that's more the exception to the rule than it is the norm, right? So always been with family and animals, never played with other children or had friends or a boyfriend. Honestly, you're not missing out on much. Especially when growing up, playing with other children, then they're not that nice. And then having friends, a lot of people can be very sort of like duplicitous, very, very difficult to read. Like they'll say that they're a friend, and then it's like they just can't stop. Like there's a lot of complications. Not to say that's bad. It can be nice once you do find people who you do enjoy. And now that I finally found people that actually are good, and I understand what being friends means, it is nice. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get there, and really you get the same result just being like yourself. So it's all good. Your social skills are minus 100. You know what? For now, I always think of it as a for now thing, and even if it's a minus 100, you know, you just want to find somebody who accepts you for who you are, right? Because if they don't accept you for who you are, even with minus 100 social skills, then are you really happy? My wife, for instance, has a minus 100 social skills, but I love her because she also recognizes I have minus 100 social skills. So she's like, yeah. It's a back and forth. It's a back and forth for me and her. But yeah. No, you've accepted to be alone in the forest. Okay. Would you? Okay, this is. I've asked this question before. Would you be alone in the forest and there's nobody around you like I Am Legend? If A, you had a steady supply of food, whether you had to hunt it or not, and B, you had internet, okay? Or could you do it even without the internet? Because some people need the internet, okay? So far, I've polled people that I know about this. Most of them have said they won't do it. A small fraction of them has said they will do it with, but it has to be with internet. And only one said they would do it without the internet. You could do it without. That's bold. I could only do it with internet over food. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would choose the internet over the food because at least with the internet, right? You could eventually make a drone that can go deliver you food from, say, McDonald's from like 6 hours out of the thing. Like you could do like I can eat trees. I can eat trees. You can live with starting at your PC or looking on your phone for a month or two. Wow, really? That's impressive. Yeah, actually, how long can all of you do that? Because I don't think I could. Well, I guess it is weird because it's like I guess right now the things that I do require the PC because I tried to do this, but you can't program without a computer. It's very hard actually. It takes lot of writing. And it's very hard to draw the curly brackets over and over and over. At some point, they start to look like C's or threes. So it is kind of hard to do that. But then also, like, there's so much connection to it that maybe this is just a thing of like, maybe I'm too connected. To be fair, I've been getting rid of more and more social media. Like, aside from my own Discord server for like the chat, and my own personal Discord server for my friends, those are the only two things I have now. I have no Instagram, no Facebook. I don't even have LinkedIn anymore. I've deleted LinkedIn because for some reason every job needs it. I've gotten rid of basically everything. I just look at TikToks that people show me. Just imagine how much time in your life you throw away on a phone that's time you'd never get back. So going out, lay down in the grass and look on the clouds. That's the thing, right? It's like yeah, like it's the further I step away from all the boring inane stuff, the more I enjoy life. However, on the flip side, I also enjoy programming and I enjoy making things on the computer. So it's like a 50-50 of like I enjoy it as much as I do looking up in the clouds. And so at least for stuff like that, I don't mind. Where it's like if I have my PC and I can like work with it and I can do things with it, that I don't find to be a waste of time, right? But I think that applies the most to the way that most people use their PCs and computers because most people don't go on their PCs to like program. Or like I don't know, or like study or something like that. Like most people go on their PC to watch videos and like play things and like do things. That's what the imagination is for. I don't know about that one. Programming's kind of fun. It's like puzzle making. I don't know if I want to imagine code. I think about the idea of like mentally coding things and I think I would go crazy. Hey, the clouds don't have anime. Speaking of anime, can anyone watch this and tell me if it's good? The mod, she gave me this as a recommendation. She said you should watch Yakuza Fiance Rise Watanen Gali. I don't know what this is, but she said it was good, or she said that her coworker said it was good. So I've been meaning to watch this, but it requires premium. So I'm hoping that somebody can watch this before I sub for premium. Because for some reason everything requires a subscription. That's the one thing that you do actually get. You save money on subscriptions by not going online on your PC. Because everything is a subscription model now, and it feels like we've regressed away from buying and renting. Like, I miss Blockbuster. I'm going to say it. I miss having a Blockbuster where you can go and you buy things and you have it and you get to like bring it home. Get to bring it home. Now it's just I don't even own this, man. We have to move on. But thank you again for showing up. I'm glad that you're all safe. I'm glad that you're all doing well. If I work on programming and I'm done for the day, instead of go to a phone or play a game, go outside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I've started doing. Because even playing games, I only really play games on the stream to like hang out with everyone here. Like I'm here for the type B interaction while we play games. But otherwise, when I'm done, I'm usually just with my wife and Missy. Or I'm just there drawing or like learning something or like doing something or just hanging out. Or I go outside to walk around and look at things. Though granted, the downside is that when you're at least within the city, it's hard to get to a spot that feels like nice to walk to. So it's a much further walk for me, so I don't really go outside much. But at least wherever I have like a good spot to do the things I want to do, it's like yeah, I would just rather do something for myself. So compared to doom scrolling, I don't think doom scrolling is good. I think doom scrolling is is pretty bad. Get a little cabin by a lake or in the forest. I think cabins in my city go for a good couple $1 million. I don't think it's gonna be possible to get something. Because the other thing too is like, for me to get somewhere to that point, I'd have to drive like a really long way away, and driving just feels like wasted time. This is why I really want to move to some random place in the middle of nowhere, so that everything is within reach. All the things that I want to do, because it's like, if you have to end up driving for so long, you waste like 2 hours of your time, and you get there and you have no time left. You have to go back to the real, because like, unfortunate, like it is the unfortunate part that like I am tied to like I'm tied to like certain things in like life that I have to go back to it, right? Like the responsibilities. And in doing so, it's like, man, like you never really get to like disconnect fully. You have to like constantly go back to it, which is like frustrating. But yeah, I do think about that a lot. You live in nowhere, and only time you have to drive for hours is when you go to shop. That's the life. See, that's the life. That's the kind of thing that I think about. I said this last time, but I think I'm gonna say it again. I'm surprised that you do not make vlogs. I feel like if you made vlogs, I feel like it would be a hit. You don't understand. Like people live for your lifestyle. Like people crave your lifestyle. Please think about it. Please think about going and making vlogs. There's just something like, just imagine the life that you could have, and share it with people. And I don't know. Think about this. Maybe maybe you make enough money from the vlogs that you never have to go into the city ever again. Then you save on the driving. You know why I don't do vlogs, chat? I actually get copyright struck every single time. I'm gonna get copyright struck right here. We have to move on because we don't have much time. But I'm glad that everyone's good. Okay, it's good that everyone's here. We're gonna move on for one game for just a bit before we move on to playing with Nagi for a bit. Today's schedule is this: I play Fly Night for like an hour and a half. We play, then we move on to Castlevania 64, being played over Archipelago, which when I was younger, I used to pronounce it Archipelago. I wasn't really good at pronunciation. I wasn't really good at all. And I used to pronounce things weirdly. Like I used to pronounce a scimitar in RuneScape as Schmeiter. So I don't really know. But basically, this is a co-op almost. Well, it's a co-op or arch mentions. I might, if I say arch nemesis and you say, "Oh, he's talking about arch Linux," that's how you know that you're Linux pilled, right? This is a co-op game thing, randomizer game thing. So it's like both our games are randomized and they're linked. So things that I find affect his game, things that he finds affects my game. He wanted to try it out. I tried it out. It's pretty fun. So we're gonna try it out. I'm playing Castlevania 64. He's playing Pokemon Emerald. And I want you to know the randomizer in trying it ended up in the funniest way I could possibly think of. You'll see it when you get there, but my god, is it the best thing I've ever seen. And the best part is, when I die, he dies too. That's for later. Right now it's Fly Night, and even before that, I have a song for you all. A song that I think is a very good fit for the Fly Night game that actually got really popular off of TikTok. I don't know, these songs get really popular off of TikTok. There's two links that I'm going to give you for the song. One is the music video, which doesn't have the full version of the song. It's very odd. And the other is the more fuller version of the song that you would hear on the album itself. So this is the full version of the song, and this is the non-full version of the song with a really cool music video. And this is a song called "Let It Happen" by Tame Impala. Again, this song got really popular off of TikTok. I don't really know how, but I'm glad that at least in some way, social media is good for some things like this, where the newer generations can sort of hear and learn about these things. You should move to Sweden. This is $90K US dollars. Wait, what? For this? Oh, wait. Okay, except, wait. Before we play the song, I want you all to look at this, because this is actually kind of neat. This is the cabin? This is a beautiful cabin. I mean, my wife and I have thought about moving to like places elsewhere to, not necessarily get like a better deal, but specifically just because we enjoy like a different lifestyle. It's a house? Wow. This house, okay, this is all machine translated. So, 3 glass windows from a known manufacturer. I don't know why. That's nice. You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of What's that game that we played? Horizon Zero or Generation Zero? Generation Zero, New Dawn or something? It's that game that we played where you go around this similar area and you fight the machines. Yeah, this is nice. There's a lot of rooms. There's a lot of rooms. I don't know. I am afraid of having a place with a lot of rooms. Oh, that's a nice attic. I could turn this attic into a very dangerous workshop. But this is nice. Wow. You know what? I'll think about it. I'll bookmark this. I'll think about it. Please enjoy Let It Happen by Tame Impala. And maybe I too will let this happen too. Like maybe I'll let the I'll let the move happen. Maybe next time you see me stream, I'll be streaming from Sweden. Or I've also heard Finland's great. I've also heard like I don't know. I've heard like honestly, I've been thinking about Vietnam too. Like you never really know. Maybe next time this stream might be in an entirely different stream. I might be speaking a whole different language next time we stream. You never really know. I might just let it happen. I always find it funny whenever a song does a slow fade out because at some point, okay, again, because volume, I learned the science behind it. Decibels are a percentage increase from the last one. So it's like an exponential thing. But every volume slider does it based on that. So when you go down slow and low and lower, you never hit zero. It's like the asymptote of like or the asymptote of like a number. I don't know what the actual term is, but like it's that thing. It's that concept where the number approaches or like where it never approaches zero, it just gets closer and closer until you kill the power, right? So when a song does a slow fade out like that, you never really know when to stop listening. You just kind of sit there waiting and you go, okay, is it my turn yet? Granted, it's not as bad as some of the songs. I know The Smile has, I think, one song where the fade out is a good 45 seconds, and you just kind of sit there going, I don't know when this is done. It's the same loop over and over and over. Yeah, that was a great song. Again, we need to stop listening to Tame Impala at some point. I need to move on at some point. Not because they're necessarily like not because it's bad to listen to them, but I think but I think in the sense of like my music tastes right now feel static. I don't know how to find new music, and it's very hard for me to find new music. Right? This may be new to you, but this is old news to me. However, to the TikTok kids, this is apparently very new because this got very popular all of a sudden. So, what's funny is that I don't even know if TikTok kids would necessarily like it because I will say this: there's a lot of TikTok songs that get popular where the lyrics are very, very clear. Like the mixing of new songs compared to songs like this, you can even see the difference in Tame Impala's later songs. Their later albums, way easier to understand what they're saying. This song, I don't know what he's saying. I have no clue what a single word he said was. And if you look up the lyrics and you try to place what it is that he's saying, you end up being surprised by how meaningful of a song it is, despite the fact that it just sounds like he's almost. It's like that meme of like what English sounds like to non-English speakers, right? Same type of deal, but very stoner-esque. We're gonna move on to Fly Night. Give me a moment to set things up. I have some good energy today to play this game. It's only for an hour, but I need the energy, but I have something that will fuel me in my ability to fight things. And I also want to say as well to those of you who have been sending me emails about your games, I'm sorry. I just saw the emails. I actually haven't checked my email in like 2 months, so I'm sorry. I just saw the emails, and I just remembered that I actually replied to some of you and said I would play your games. I'm sorry. That will happen soon. My bad. Sorry about that. Give me more to set things up. We're gonna see if we can beat this game once and for all. And I have a very important question to ask you all in today's session. It's a very important question that I've been sitting on for a long time. You forget words routinely, possibly because of that. Yeah, that's fair. I do forget words routinely too, but I just say, like for me, my automatic PR is not to say ching ching. My automatic PR is to say, you know what I mean, chat. Actually, very often within real life, this is a problem now, where when I get excited in real life, because I'm like trying to, this is weird, okay? When I'm trying to defend myself in real life, I'll say, okay, listen, chat. Every single time. I've done this multiple times during multiple board games with my friends so far, where I'll start defending myself by saying, okay, listen, chat. There's something funny about the fact that that's now in my lexicon. Give me a moment. We're going to start the game. I'm going to get the call going. I'm going to mute everything except for some background music. Streamer brain. It really is. I'm really heavily streamer brained here. I think you're going to like this next game because I didn't realize Castlevania 64 was so good because I don't remember Castlevania on the PS2 being like this. I think Castlevania 64 has a certain quality to it that I think you'll really enjoy. And there's a lot of important context that I have to give for this game. But for now, enjoy some background music as I set things up. Give me a moment and we'll be ready in just yeah. Bye chat. I'll see you all not tomorrow, on Sunday. I think Sunday we're doing board games as a whole, so we'll see how it goes. Again, if you want to join for the board games, make an account on boardgamearena.com and we'll play some games over there, okay? I'll send you all over there. See you Sunday and have a good night. Bye everyone.